We will now practice the time-boxed breathing technique for our meditation purposes. Start with a deep inhale. A sigh of relief, let go your exhale. Again with your in-breath, bringing yourself back to your breath. Meeting yourself where you are. Time box breathing. Simply put, we're going to inhale, hold our breath, exhale, and hold our breath at the end for the same amount of time. Now, I know I've introduced in other techniques, for example, the 4, 7, 8, you use different time intervals. But in this time box breathing, we're going to use the same interval each time. It's an easier way to remember, and some people like it more. Personally, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll utilize it when I'm a little more stressed out or things are a little more busy. So, breathe in for 5, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, hold for 5 at the end. One other suggestion, depending on how long or short your respiration is, I often like longer respirations, and I do have a longer breath cycle. So I like starting at 8 seconds. But say you have a shorter breath, or you're maybe a little more anxious, or your energy's mixed, you can certainly start with 2 seconds. 1, 2, hold 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, hold 1, 2. You have that option. So I would suggest, depending on where you're at, you might want to start with 3, 4 seconds, or 5. I'm going to start with 8 because I've done this technique and that's where my energy's feeling. So and you can feel a change of state in as little as 2 breath cycles. I mean, it is profound. I really love this technique. Let's try again. And I'll go, just to kind of meet you where you may be, I did an example of longer, and now I can do an example of shorter. 4 seconds. And that's an example of shorter breath cycles, holding for 4 seconds. And then we'll move up 4 seconds, 2 sets, 5, 2 sets, 6, 2 sets, 7, 2 sets, 8, and you continually, gradually increase the length of the breath, as long as it feels right. If you find a point where you want to stay, same breath cycle, you don't need, or you have your sweet spot that you know that works for you, take some time to experiment, take some time to feel, to reflect. Notice the sensation, notice the experience, take a note, try it multiple times a day, and kind of play with it and see what fits best for you. And in review, to summarize, we're doing our time box breathing. Simply put, you will breathe in for the same count as you hold with your in-breath, exhale at the same count, and then you will hold after your exhale for the same count. 4 times that you're counting. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Let me know.